Hello folks, this is Sula speaking, and I want to give you a quick explanation for this old video. Back in 2011, I recorded a series of League of Legends videos for a YouTube channel named TheButtonMasherz. That channel has long since gone defunct, and unfortunately all those videos have disappeared from YouTube. They existed only on an external hard drive, and they were almost lost there as well. I actually had to go to a computer store to run a data recovery operation to preserve all my files when that hard drive started to fail. So, although I doubt there's much interest in this content, I'm going to re-upload those lost videos to YouTube to keep them from disappearing forever. They're a bit of a time capsule into the League of Legends games that I was playing during Season 1. So, without further ado, this is League of Legends 59, Introduction to the Button Mashers, originally recorded on March 22nd, 2011. Enjoy! Hello folks, this is Sula speaking. You're listening to a commentary video for League of Legends, this one featuring Karthus. This is the first video that I've produced since joining up with this group on YouTube known as TheButtonMasherz. So if you're watching this, it should be up on their channel right now. That means that there are probably a lot of people watching this that are listening to one of my commentary videos for the first time. So I'd like to say welcome to all of you, and I hope that you'll find these videos to be enjoyable. What I do with my videos is that I just present full games of League of Legends. That is, I don't try to edit clips together. I just like to show full games. I think you can understand the plays that take place much better. And I will show games that I've played and also games that other people have sent me because I use the League of Legends replay client. This is from a pre-made normal game. This is me playing with some of my friends here. So you can see I am playing as Karthus in this game, and I have the statue of Karthus skin. I'm playing with my friend Speaker, who's uses the username Ciderberg, and is playing as Singed, along with Cole, who's playing as Poppy, along with Teo Nanakato, who I'm just going to call Teo in this game, who's playing as Katarina, and then with Seirun, who's playing as Shaco. So this is our pre-made team, and you can see we're playing against another presumably pre-made team, and when you play with 5, you normally get matched up against a team of 5 in League of Legends. So this is their team, and you can tell that it's a normal game because we have some repeat champs here. You can see we have 2 Singed, and we have a dual Shaco mirror match jungler here as well. So yes, this is a normal game, not ranked game. I don't play a whole lot of ranked because it's often tough to get 5 people together for a ranked game, and I'm not a big fan of solo queue. Anyway, so this video should be just about done loading, and here we go. I am going to be using the League of Legends replay client. So those of you who aren't aware of this, there is an unofficial replay system for League of Legends that you can get at leaguereplays.com. Leaguereplays.com. So if you don't have it already, you should check it out. It allows you to play back videos and watch them afterwards. And you can do neat stuff. Like, see, I can move the camera around the different parts of the map here. I can zoom in on myself. See, there you go. You can check out that very sweet statue of Karthus skin that I have that I use for Karthus. You can zoom out and you can actually tilt the map like this. Like, see, I can do this, and you get this really awesome view of Summoner's Rift. Like, look at how awesome this looks. Now, not that useful for actually playing a game and showing you what's going on during a game, so I'm going to switch it back to the normal view, but it's pretty awesome to just sit back maybe at one point in time and watch a game when it looks like this. So pretty neat stuff here. And again, this is a free system. It'll save all of your replays. You just make sure you have it running in the background while you're playing, and it will save your stuff. So again, that's leaguereplays.com. If you don't already have it, I would definitely go check it out. I use it to record all my videos now, and it's a lot better than when I was just using Fraps before, and I could not move the camera to show you different stuff. Anyway, so here you go. I can also show you the tab screen, so I can show you what the stats look like during the video. I have started on Karthus with a Meki pendant and 2 health potions. I used to like to open with a Doran's ring, but since the change to the Doran's items that you can't take a health potion with them, now I like to open Meki pendant with Karthus. That's because I like to have some kind of health potion. Now, just by looking at the matchups here, I know that I am going to be in a solo lane, and I'm going to be matched up against either their Vladimir or their Pantheon solos, and both of them have good harassment skills. Vladimir's Transfusion, his Q, and Pantheon's Spear Toss. I don't know which one of the keys it's minded to, but his Spear Toss. So both of them will have good harassment, and I want to be able to heal, so that's why I want to make sure to have the health potions. Meki Pendant, the mana regen is not so crucial on Karthus, so much as the fact that I want to build it into a Tear of the Goddess later on, which is one of the best items for Karthus, and it's better to get the mana regen than to start with a blue crystal, sapphire crystal, in my opinion. Anyway, for those of you who have been watching my channel for a while, you might know that I do a lot of Karthus videos. Karthus is my favorite champ. He's the one I play the most often. So if you've seen my channel before on YouTube, you'll know that I have done a lot of Karthus videos, but he's not a commonly played champ, and a lot of people don't know that much about him. You rarely see a lot of other Karthus players, so I'll just quickly run through his skills. You can see Pantheon here also has Meki Pendant, 2 health pots, which means that he'll be able to do spear spam against me, which is why I'm playing defensively. Anyway, Karthus, his main skill is Lay Waste. Here you can see, creates a delayed blast at Karthus's cursor position. Basically, you point your mouse at a place on the screen and a little explosion appears a half second later. There it is. The interesting thing about Lay Waste is, number one, it's spammable. You can see 1 second cooldown. I have a little bit of cooldown reduction runes, so that's why the cooldown is a little bit shorter there. So 1 second cooldown, and it deals double damage if it only hits 1 target. So that's really the key thing there. Deals double damage if it only hits 1 target. So you want to try to get that if possible. Alright, our jungler, Seirun, who's playing as Shaco, has come here for an early gank on this Pantheon player. He just got red and is ready to go. So like right now is he's going to come in and engage. He's going to deceive in, so he's invisible. And there we go. He's going to get the slowing effect. I am tossing down my Lay Waste. You can see they're doing pretty good damage. Then I'm going to ghost in here and ignite him, and that's going to get the kill. Now Seirun gets taken down here, so I draw the first blood bonus. That would already be to our benefit, just because we got the first blood bonus. But look here, the turret is what actually killed Seirun. So they actually didn't even get credit for a kill there. And we also picked up a kill in the bottom lane with Cull taking down their Singed player. So in the Singed mirror match there. Anyway, I can move the camera, but I wanted to show this fight. So there we go. We got first blood. We got a second kill in bottom lane. And we did, even though Seirun did die, so that'll set back his jungling a little bit, it's not going to set him back too much, because he would have had to go back to base to buy anyway. And it means that they are not going to get credit for the kill. So it's unfortunate for their team that their Pantheon player didn't hit our Shaco player, Seirun, just once, and then he would have gotten credit for that kill at the tower. So anyway, that was a big plus for us. I've now picked up Tear the Goddess. You can see mana regen, extra mana, mana regen, and the key thing is that every time your champ uses an ability, maximum mana increases by 4. Up to 1,000 extra. Now, the reason why that works so well on Karthus is because his Lay Waste is spammable. You will be using Lay Waste constantly. If the game goes on, you are pretty much guaranteed to max out Tear the Goddess, and then when you turn it into an Archangel Staff later on, that's like an extra, I guess, 50 or so ability power that you pretty much get in every single game. So that's why it's such a good item to get on him. And of course, getting Tear Goddess early also allows him to spam Lay Waste without too many consequences. You can see how much mana I have. Anyway, just to run down his other skills while I'm going here, laning back and forth. His E skill is the one that you want to focus on next, his Defile. This is a toggle on-off switch, which means that when you turn it on, you get this circle area of effect around Karthus, and any enemies that stand in it will take damage, minions or champions. It's very weak at low levels, but as you put more points in it, it gets very strong. His W skill is a wall of pain. Anyone who runs through it gets slowed, so it's Karthus is slow, and you'll see me using that later on. And then he's best known for his ultimate, which is the reason why I love him so much. After channeling for 3 seconds, Karthus damages everybody on the map, regardless of a location, so he can kill people anywhere on the map from any location on the map. And you always have to be aware of that when you're playing against a Karthus. So it's one of the things that makes him unique, and it's one of the things that makes him so interesting. Anyway, there's a fight going on here in bottom lane. You can see that Singed chased into the tower to pursue. He gets really low, and Cull's going to finish him off. But at the same time, Speaker, our Singed player, is also going to die. So double deaths, a Singed in both lane going down. So exchanging kills there in bottom lane. 1 death on each side. And again, that's why I love this replay client, because I can actually show you what's going on in other lanes. Now, the health bars don't always update properly. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's a little buggy because this is an unofficial replay system. But nonetheless, just having it is so much better than not having it at all. So I'm perfectly willing to use it, even with all the bugs and other stuff that might not be 100% functional. See, you can see still laning back and forth. That top lane, Teo, is at 21 minion kills. Their Vlad's at 25, so pretty even thus far, pretty even. Here in mid, I would say I'm winning. Yeah, I have the 27, and their Pantheon only has 13. Now, he's going to jump on me, and then he's going to Heartseeker me, but I'm going to respond by throwing down my wall, and that's going to slow him. So there we go. Lay Waste, Lay Waste, Lay Waste. And there, I'm actually going to miss a Lay Waste, but I'm going to ignite him, and I'm going to turn on my Ignite, and then I'm going to use my ultimate Requiem, and there we go. It's going to take him down in the fog, so that's going to combine to get a kill. And I actually even missed 1 or 2 Lay Waste there at the end, so I pick up my second kill, and Pantheon's going to have to go back to base to heal again. So I'm off to a very solid start. And then we also picked up a kill in bottom lane with Seirun Shaco going down there, and then picking up a kill on their Blitzcrank player. I missed that because I was focusing on the action in the middle lane, so I wanted to point that out. Alright, so again, I'm off to a good start. Their Shaco has come here to cover the lane, so he'll be able to get golden experience while he's covering the lane for their jungler, so that is indeed the right play. I'm going to push my minions to the tower so that they'll get shot down by the enemy team's tower, and then I'm going to go back to base to buy. I don't have to go back to base to buy, but if I don't go back and get boots now, I'm likely going to be matched up against a Pantheon that has boots, and I don't want him to be faster than me in lane. Now, the one problem was I had boots. I was able to get boots, but then I wanted to get a blasting wand with that, which costs 860, and I was just a little bit short, so I realized, oh, I'm a little bit short, can't pick that up, and I decided to buy a no magic mantle towards Mercury Treads. And then after I bought that, I was thinking, oh, that's a really stupid buy, because that's not going to help me against Pantheon. See, all of Pantheon's damage is physical, so no magic mantle is not going to help out, and I was sort of kicking myself on the walk back to lane, thinking, wow, that was a stupid buy, that's not going to help me out in this lane. But then, notice that Pantheon's gone top, so they're actually doing a lane swap. They're swapping Pantheon up to top lane, and they're actually going to swap their Vladimir into middle lane. So that actually ended up working out really well for me because magic resistance will be key against Vlad. Anyway, up here you can see Seirun is going to deceive in. Now they can see him because it's next to a tower, and towers can see invisible stealth units. And together with Teo, they're going to get the kill on Pantheon, but Seirun took too many tower shots, and so he's going to get taken down there. So even exchange 1-for-1 there. I guess nobody comes out ahead. Anyway, as I said, their Vlad player is in middle lane, and he has picked up Spirit Massage as his first items. You can see he's got extra magic resist against me. He's got health, ability cooldown, and healing and regeneration effects bonus on himself. Now, this item's been nerfed a lot, so it's not nearly as good as it used to be. I would say it's probably not the first item that Vlad should get, in my opinion. It's still a decent item, but I don't think it's the strongest item. Nonetheless, this is a good item for his matchup against me because it gives him the extra magic resist that's going to defend against my damage. Obviously, all my damage as Karthus is going to be magic. I've played a lot of Karthus versus Vlad before, and in my opinion, I think that this is a matchup that Vlad just flat out wins. He can always harass Karthus with his transfusion. He's going to be able to hit that, whereas in order for you to harass him back, you have to hit on your lay waste, and of course, since it's a skill shot, you're going to miss a lot of them, and meanwhile, Vlad will be healing himself the whole time he's dealing damage to you. So again, in my opinion, that's just a matchup that Vlad wins. I think that that's one where he comes out on top. Anyway, down here, there's an engagement in bottom lane. You can see their Shaco player came in here and ganked bottom lane, so they now have a 3-on-2 down here, and they are focusing on Cole. They take him down. Again, the health bar is not updating 100%. Speaker is trying to get out of here. You can see all the tower shots, all the damage that's being done by the tower. I'm actually going to ult into this fight, but it actually doesn't get me a kill. You can see that Shaco is going to stay alive there. And meanwhile, the Blitzcrank on their team died because he took too many tower shots. So we actually go 2 for 2, and that was a pretty good exchange for us because they had that gank coming in from their Shaco player. So they had a 3-on-2, and they were only able to go even. So I think that we came out ahead there in that particular exchange. Anyway, as I said, I was talking about before this matchup mid, I think that Vlad wins this matchup between Vlad and Karthus just in middle lane, so I have been trying to play defensively. That is, I don't want to engage too much. Anyway, here, the Vlad player comes forward very aggressively, so I'm going to throw down my wall, and then he is going to pull underneath that. I'm able to get in some pretty good harass. Oh, and we picked up, there was a double kill up here in top lane. Oops, I guess I missed that one. Should have written down to see that. I try to take a note of where the fights are ahead of time so I can go back and show them to you, but in any case, even exchange there in top lane. As I was saying, I think that Vlad has the advantage in this matchup just because of his ability to heal himself and because of the difficulty of hitting him with your lay waste. Anyway, Cole now has come up here, and we are going to try to gank on this Vladimir player. So here we go. Going to charge, knock him into the tower, and then right here is when the crazy stuff goes on. We hit a gigantic lag spike, and notice that no one can move. Like, I can't move, Cole can't move, that poor Vlad player couldn't move, and now Shaco is getting hit by the lag spike too. He also can't move. So this was just really bizarre that we were all in this situation where we couldn't move. So unfortunately for them, we are now able to move, and we are actually going to take advantage of that to go after this guy, and we're going to pick off that Shaco. So very unfortunate. You can see everybody talking about that here in the chat. Again, wish that wouldn't have happened. It's unfortunate. It worked out great for our team because we picked up 2 kills against no deaths. You can see their Shaco says, wow, awesome, 2 free kills. The second one was definitely because of the lag spike. I do think we would have gotten that Vladimir player even without it, just because he was so pushed forward and Cole was coming in at a great angle. So I think that it probably gave us 1 kill that we wouldn't have otherwise gotten. I don't think that we would have gotten that second one, though, just because of that weird situation there. So again, regrettable, but the rest of this game was enjoyable, so I am going to show this again. And indeed, we do get lag spikes sometimes. Anyway, here, Katarina is going back and forth with Pantheon. You can see the Katarina ult going off the Death Lotus, Exhaust going back and forth on both sides. And there we go, the Shunpo is going to finish him off. And let's see, is Teo going to be able to get out of that? Yes. Just barely. Again, the health bar not updating 100% accurately there. He did take more damage than that. Anyway, so I'm trying to play defensively. I'm more interested in farming than engaging with this Vlad. If we just harass back and forth, Vlad's going to win because he's got too much healing power. Meanwhile, down in bottom lane, you can see that Cole and Speaker are engaging with this Blitzcrank and this Singe player. That Singe player, again, the health bar is not showing it, but he was really low, so Speaker told me to ult, and indeed, I'm going to pick up a kill on him. And you can see how much damage I did to these guys, too, so you can see their Shaco and their Blitzcrank player are both very low, taking a lot of damage. And we're going to take advantage of this because Seirun, our jungler, is going to come in. There's this Jack in the Box. He's going to deceive in here behind these two. Speaker baiting them, so he's going to pick up that kill on their Shaco. Speaker doing a nice bait to get them to stick around. And let's see, can he manage to finish off this Blitzcrank? Blitz is very low. Why? Oh, there we go. Finishes him off by tossing that, what is it? His Shiv, I think it's called. I think that's the name of the skill. Why Blitzcrank didn't just run away, I don't know. But in any case, we are able to score a couple more kills with our jungler. And I was actually able to win that little harass back and forth there with their Vlad player because he just came forward so aggressively there. But again, I really don't want to get caught up in too much back and forth with Vlad just because I don't think this is a great matchup. In order to beat Vlad, I have to burst him down. If I just try to harass back and forth, I'm going to lose. I'm fortunately getting close enough to the point where I can just try to burst him down because he has taken a lot of damage. And really the thing that gives me the edge in this matchup is this, my needlessly large rod that I picked up from early kills. If I didn't have that, I would be in much more trouble. Because I have that, my skills are doing significantly more damage, and that's what allows me to be ahead. Anyway, you can see that Cole and Seirun are down here. We're trying to set up for another play on this Vlad. So he comes forward again, and I'm going to slow him with the wall. Here they come. They're coming out a little bit late. Just a little bit late, just enough time for Vlad to get in his pool. And, oh, you can see how low he gets. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to back off because I don't want to dive him at tower when I'm down to just under 200 life myself. So we both get very low, but we're not able to finish him off. Seirun and Cole, I think if they had come out just a little bit sooner, we could have gotten him. Or alternately, if my ult was off cooldown, I could have killed him with that. Anyway, Cole is going to ghost in. If Cole has his ultimate, he could go chase that, but I think he also doesn't have his ult. Yeah, see, he doesn't have his ultimate either because he used it in that last team fight in bottom lane. Now it just pops back up. In case you didn't know, you can see if your teammates have their ults up over here. Sometimes it doesn't always work correctly, but that's how it's supposed to work anyway. Now, Teo's Katarina has gotten that top lane down, so in good shape up there. You can see we've already won that lane, and if you look in terms of the farm, he's at 83, and this Pantheon's at 24, so that is a decisive victory over the Pantheon. He just hasn't gotten enough farm. Also, Berserker Greaves, not the greatest item on Pantheon. Extra attack speed, not that crucial on Pantheon. Helps, of course. I mean, obviously it's better than nothing, but it's not the first thing you should be going for on Pantheon. Alright, here I turned on my Defile. That's that blue circle if you've never seen, or not blue, that green circle if you've never seen it before. So I turned that on to push this minion wave to tower, and oh, Blitz, gonna grab that minion. Unfortunate death for that minion there, getting pulled back into the tower. And now Singe is going to come after me. You can see he tosses his goo, but I, again, going to defend myself with Wall of Pain. That's the wall. That's the Karthus slow. That's why I like to take Ghost on Karthus instead of Flash, because your gameplay is based on slowing with the wall and then chasing, which is what Ghost works for. Anyway, we've got a team fight coming in here. You can see Cole and Seirun and I are engaging on their Singe player, who's getting very low, and Seirun's going to finish him off. Next, we're going to go to the Blitzcrank, his Mana Shield, triggering, giving him extra life, but still going to get finished off by a lay waste. Now their Vlad player is coming in, but he's coming into the fight a little bit late. I turn off Defile while he's in his pool, then I'm going to turn it back on again. Teo coming down from top lane, going to clean up that kill. Oh, and now Pantheon engaging, coming out. You can see Seirun and Cole very, very low, but Teo and I are almost full health. Cole's going to knock him back with the dash, and right there, we're going to combine our skills, and we manage to take down Pantheon just before Cole gets killed. So Cole manages to escape, and we just went 4 for 0 there. Now, after winning that team fight, we would be free to go grab Dragon, but we actually already took Dragon earlier, so well done. Kudos to Seirun for taking that as Shakeout earlier. And now we're going to get this tower. There we go, having finished off that particular tower. Next, we're just going to finish farming up these minions and then look to head to other lanes. I'm going to go back to heal at base. Meanwhile, Teo looks like he's going to go out to this tower. Oh, nice try on that Blitzcrank hook, a little short. Let's see what items Blitzcrank has here. He's the Mana Mune. Let's see, pretty good item for Blitz. Maybe not the best item if you're going to build him tank style, but if you're going to build him in terms of damage, pretty good item for him to use. He does definitely need that extra mana. Anyway, when I went back to base, I had enough gold from taking that tower and that last fight to finish Rabadon's death cap. So you can see I have a lot more ability power, up to 200 total. And now my ultimate is going to do 550 damage about, and which is obviously going to be pretty good. Yeah, 200 ability power I think is quite good for this early in the game, only at the 17.5-minute mark, as you'd expect though, for a game where I've picked up 6 kills so far. That's obviously pretty strong. Anyway, down here, Speaker and Cole are diving after this Singed player, and they're taking a lot of tower damage, so let's see if they can finish them off. Yep, they managed to finish off Singed there, but then they get taken down by the other team. So that's 2 for 1 on a very aggressive tower dive. And meanwhile, up here, Seirun is engaging with their Blitzcrank player. Again, don't know how much health he actually has here because the life bars aren't updating. Let's see. Looks like Blitz is trying to get away. Can Seirun take him down? Yes! Manages to finish him off there using the red buff from the Lizard to slow him down. And in comes Pantheon, but it looks like Seirun's going to be able to get out of there without any real trouble. So well done, Seirun. Now up to 5-2-5, having a very strong game as our Shaco player. Vlad is now back in the middle lane. But I have reached a point where I have enough kills and enough farm to just be ahead, such as with that death cap. So I am not afraid to engage, especially with Seirun coming in. So I'm going to throw down my wall to slow him, force Vlad to go around behind. There's the slow from Seirun. I'm going to ignite him, and we're going to polish off that kill. And oh, is Seirun going to live? Yes, just barely survives with sub 200 health from the Vlad Hemoplagan ult. So manages to survive. That was a nice play by their Vlad player too. He recognized that he wasn't going to be able to get out of that particular engage without dying. So if you know that you're going to die, just make sure to try to get that kill. And he nearly was able to kill Seirun, our Shaco player, but he was able, had just enough life to be able to survive that. So nice play on their Vlad's part, but unfortunately he's just a little bit too behind at this stage. Yeah, 0-3, you can see he's just a little bit too far behind. Now their Singed player is out of position. You can see he's back away from his tower, so I'm going to throw down my wall to slow him. Teo and I are going to combine here. There's the exhaust from Teo's Katarina. Going to slow him down, and I'm going to finish him off with another well-placed lay waste. That Singed player probably shouldn't have tried to run back through my wall of pain again, and I didn't even have to use my ultimate, so I'm able to save it. Meanwhile, down here, Speaker and Cole have taken down the tower down here in bottom lane, so now we have all 3 towers down. You can see we have top lane, we have middle lane, there's their Vlad and Shaco player, and then also bottom lane. So I think, if I remember this game, we're going to look to go after these guys here next. You can see we have 3 people down here in the bottom lane. We have Katarina, we have Singed, and we have Poppy. So that's a 3-on-2 for us. And now I'm not part of this fight, but keep in mind, I'm Karthus. The advantage of playing as Karthus is I can always influence the fight no matter where I am on the map. So I'm going to ult in here just to help them out in their fight. The Speaker tosses Blitz back, and my ultimate's actually going to finish off that Blitzcrank and is going to send me to Legendary status. Now, meanwhile, the other team starts talking and has some rather rude things to say, so I'm not exactly sure. Wish that they wouldn't say this, but indeed, here we go. Here's the surrender. 20-minute surrender, early surrender. So they decide to give up. And oh, there's a toss on Pantheon. Can we finish him off? No, unfortunately, can't score that last kill. So 20-minute surrender, early game. Just managed to go Legendary before this game ended. Alright, for those of you who don't know, I always like to look at the stats after the game's over. So I'm going to click continue here, and we're going to go check that out. So hang with me here. As I just said, I like to look at the stats after games. I always try to take a screenshot of games I'm planning on casting so that you can look at them afterwards, and I can just talk a little bit about what went down, why plays happened the way they did, talk about builds that people did. So if you're not interested, feel free to skip this or just stop watching, but I think a lot of people enjoy this, so I'm going to go through, and as is usually my habit. You can see I was 8-0-4, obviously a really strong Karthus game, got Legendary status. The thing that made this game, for me, was the fact that I was able to get those 2 early kills on their Pantheon, and as you all know, if you play League of Legends, it's a snowball game. If you get early kills, you start to get ahead, and then that makes it easier to get other future kills. Karthus very much a snowball champion, so those early kills allowed me to get some ability power, and once I got the needlessly large rod, I started to snowball further ahead, and that allowed me to get more kills with my ultimate, influence things all around the map, etc, etc, etc. So again, just a strong Karthus game. To get 8 kills in 20 minutes is pretty good. Had a lot of help, of course, from the rest of the team. You could see Cole came in several times and helped me get kills. Seirun had some really strong ganks. Seirun hasn't played a lot of Shaco, but he was very, very strong in this game. He controlled Dragon. He came out of side lanes and helped us get kills in both bottom lane and middle lane. So very well done. Teo's Katarina in the top lane. I didn't see too much of him, but he obviously held his own. He was able to win top lane. You can see he had very good farm, 125 minion kills, and he managed to finish a Hextech Gunblade. Excuse me. I'm not sure if that's a great item on Katarina or not. Genuinely not sure, but seemed to work okay in this game. And Speaker, who almost never plays Singed, but was playing him in this game, you can see he managed to finish a Rod of Ages and Merc Treads, didn't really manage to get to any other items. Played solidly, but not spectacularly, I guess you would say. Just sort of an ordinary game down there in the bottom lane. Anyway, overall, not too much to say. I mean, you can look at the other team, you can see what they built. I think some of the items they built, I think, were a little bit subpar. The Pantheon build is maybe not the greatest, but in any case, they just got behind early, and then they weren't able to recover, and that snowballed into the early 20-minute surrender. So again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. As you can see, I'm now associated with TheButtonMasherz, so I hope that if you enjoyed my channel, you'll check out some of their League of Legends content as well. For instance, I know that they have Colby Cheese's League of Legends videos. They have League of Legends commentaries, so feel free to check out their stuff too. If you enjoyed my stuff, I'm sure you'll enjoy some of their stuff as well. If you do have the courtesy of trying to subscribe to their channel as well, just so that you'll get updates on videos that I post as well as stuff that they post on their channel. So they're always looking for subscribers. So if you enjoyed my stuff, please give them the courtesy of subscribing as well. And we'll see what happens as we go forward. So once again, thanks for watching. I hope for those of you who saw this for the first time, hope you enjoyed it. If not, then that's fine. You don't have to watch certainly, but I'm hoping to get some new fans, and I'll try to do a whole bunch more of these. Once again, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and until next time, take care.